because this is the conclusion, the way that I'm wanting to interpret this album at this point in time is that this is, of course, Cantek Batur's debut album, but it's also, when we talk about Snowbird, it's about us all as these animals, these birds flying through the sky trying to find a home with each other. Whether, we're actually a snowbird trying to find somewhere warmer or more hospitable, whether we're two birds trying to find a nest for each other and make a nest, whether, we're birds that are struggling and we look to the sky for support, but we can't see the sun for the clouds, we don't have a home to call. Again, this is my interpretation of it. I think that there are a lot of intertwining, connecting tales within this album, within the 7 tracks, that make a lot of sense together, stylistically, thematically. I'm happy with it. I think the stories are interesting from what we've gone through. It's been nice to have the lyrics to read through as well, so I have additional context in some parts that I might otherwise not have been able to understand correctly. I think that Cantek Batur's singing was sensational, fantastic vocalist, fantastic performer. I can see why he's in a position where he can make an album like this with such other talented musicians. We're going to go through the list now while we're here. We've got Spencer Wynn, Brandon Davis, Sean McMorris, and Marcello Efori on drums. Backing and lead vocals, Shante Doris. I think I've gone through Sonia, Shelby, Abby, Phoebe Carter, Giulietta Cavallaro, Catherine Thompson, Gabriela Noriega, Adrianzen, and Natalie Greener. Electric bass, Ilker Goshman, Bruno Migliari. Electric guitar, Ole Anzash, Louis Carlos Maldonado, and Neil Whitford. Classical and acoustic guitar, Luis Carlo Maldonado and Jose Torres Vicente. Piano, Jacanel Mouton, Yavuz Yurtguder. Hammond organ, Abel Bokira, Yavuz Yurtguder. Trumpet, Maraton Adami. And keys, pad, and orchestration, Yavuz Yurtguder. So yeah, huge effort with this. Huge international effort, basically, time will tell the level of success that Cantek Batur has, but I really hope that he can find some. Obviously, when you're a solo artist and you're working with lots of international musicians, it makes it difficult to do the live kind of gigs sort of thing. You've also got tracks here that have a really great core structure that can maybe be performed without the additional elements, like as a solo artist. And of course, that's probably something that Cantek has already thought of. I don't need to be educating someone that's talented on how to do live shows. He's been doing it again since he was young, But, we had a great vocalist with phenomenally talented musicians involved, great stories. The songs themselves each had a distinct. We had some pop vibes, some ballads, some reggaeton, some like indie kind of folkish kind of stuff going on there occasionally. Lots of fun music with influences across the last sort of 3-4 decades. I've got all the time for it, man. Well done to Cantek Batur. And just as a final thing on the recording, mixing, and mastering, but production, it was flawless, basically. Flawless. There were times where I couldn't hear the words super clearly from Cantek and the backing vocalists, but I think part of that was just because there was actual dynamic range within this album. So you didn't just have the vocals screaming at you the whole time, like with the breathing sounds being half the volume of the spoken words, The EQing, filtering, panning, limiting compression, reverb, delay chains, and all that other good stuff was there. Yep, no complaints. Best of luck to you in future, Cantek. But effectively, this is my review of Cantek Batur's album, the debut untitled Snowbird. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show Cantek some love via his various social medias. And I'm sure he has I'll put his social links here. Stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they either help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.